strong as it was on the first day.
Hey everyone!
Hey!
Hello, welcome back. We have missed you dearly.
Yes. We're so sorry. We haven't posted and I think it's been about a month now.
Yeah.
But a lot has been going on.
A lot of stuff. We celebrated a birthday, also celebrated an anniversary. And we also, what else happened?
I graduated!
She graduated, that's for Sharetta. Yeah, so Sharetta officially graduated and we're happy and it was a great celebration. The winners for the, what was it called?
Giveaway.
Yes. So the winners for the giveaway, we've determined who they are through random selection using a name generator, and we've identified our winners as... What are the names?
Yes, Carla and Ashley Jackson.
Yes.
We commented on your responses to let you know you won, but I do know that we mentioned we would talk about it in the next video, and since it's been a while, we're sorry.
Yeah.
But just email us your mailing address to worththewait18@gmail.com, and we'll get your gift out to you. And we thank you so much to everyone who participated and who commented. We're gonna get back to you guys, but it was so awesome to read all of your responses.
Yes.
So today's video, we're gonna talk about conflict.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about what happens when we don't see eye to eye, when we're disagreeing, we're not on the same page, or when we come across those really hard times in our relationship. So we're going to give an example of a conflict that we went through and how we got over it, and what are overall some lessons that we learned that could probably help others with facing conflict in their relationship.
Yeah, because things are not always pretty and perfect in a courtship, and you often face a lot of different type of versions of selfishness and disagreements and stuff like that. So there's all that entangled up in this love, and we want to share with you all because we definitely want to make sure we give as full of a picture as has been revealed to us through our courtship to you guys. We have some pretty intense, we've had some pretty intense disagreements in the past. And I'm going to touch on one that, I'm going to give an unbiased description of the problem, or of the disagreement that we had. So I believe the situation was, she was home for one weekend, right? And of course we wanted to capitalize on the time that we have together. So we identified a day that will work best for us to get together and just spend quality time together and whatnot. Some things came up last minute, and Sharetta needed to knock them out and take care of them. But we had already outlined a plan for us to spend time together. So there was the.
Good, I'm kidding.
We had already outlined. We had outlined a plan together, and so there was definitely this pull of Sharetta having important things to take care of, and then also this plan that we had talked through before for us to have that quality time. And I think that was the source of our disagreement, because when we came together on that day, there was so much tension, and I'm not going to speak on whose part I thought that it was on, but there was a lot of tension in our interaction, in our conversation, and we sensed it, and that really provided a platform for us to discuss why are we having this disagreement and what led to these sort of under the surface feelings that we had in that situation.
Basically, we had a plan that we were going to spend the day together, get some quality time in. I was only home for a couple of days, but amidst being home, I also had a few other things that I had to take care of. Although the night before we talked about what our plans would be, I woke up feeling slightly overwhelmed that if I had just spent the day with him without getting anything accomplished, that I would feel anxiety. So instead of spending the whole day together, we can do that the day after, and then allow me to get my errands done today. That's just what I thought. Yeah, Brandon wasn't feeling that at all. He's the type of person that when we make a plan, he wants us to stick to it. We can't move from it. This is what we agreed on, and any type of disruption in that plan is just not ideal for him. But my suggestion was we can still spend time together. You accompany me. And he was just kind of like, girl, bye. Like, he was not even trying to work with me and negotiate. He was so upset that I changed my mind and I wanted to change our plans. We kind of went through the day not really texting and not really talking to each other. Like, he was responding to me all short and whatnot. You know somebody's mad at you when they start texting you differently. So he started responding to me all short and, you know, not really interacting with me and giving me the basic answers. So I was just like, all right, he's upset, but let me just pray about this. You know, Lord, if I'm being selfish, please show me how and help me to be more understanding of his needs and his feelings. And if he's wrong, you know, let him understand that as well. So I think that the time apart really helped us to just like kind of, oh sorry, that was a little weird to do. Anyway, I think the time apart really helped us to, you know, think about what actually just happened and think about, you know, how we could have reacted better or how we could have planned better. And the next day when we came together, we talked about it, we hashed it out, we realized and we recognized, you know, what we did wrong and what we said wrong and how we can improve moving forward and, you know, how we can avoid a situation like that in the future. I think that's very important as well.
Right.
What was your reaction, babe?
I think you kind of just low-key told my reaction. No, but it's okay. I approached the situation as we had this plan. We have this day. I've set aside, you know, this day and this time for us to spend together. Let's do that. And then, you know, you can do the other things the next day or the following day or what have you. My whole thing was just like, let's stick to what we've planned out from the jump and let's execute it. So I think that, you know, of course, I was one who was thinking in a, you know, I realized it was a primarily selfish mindset for me to have. It was a pretty demanding mindset for me to have. It was, you know, very unforgiving for any type of disruption that could possibly come into the plan. And I think that I allowed that feeling and that, you know, that desire for me to stick strictly to that plan to influence my interactions with Sharetta throughout the day. Because I'll be honest, like, I was salty throughout the day. Just like, I'm gonna do my own thing and like, I'll see her when I see her. And that was that wasn't the way for me to go about it. Even though I wasn't necessarily lashing out at Sharetta, I still had this pent up feeling inside of my heart, and I knew that I had that feeling inside my heart, but then I wasn't being forthcoming about that with Sharetta in a, you know, loving and in an uplifting way.
Yeah, we're not aggressive in that we yell at each other like we go back and forth, but we are both silently aggressive. Like, the way he would text me, I would know that he's upset, but he's not gonna say that he's upset. You know what I'm talking about?
I see it all in her face. Whenever she's upset, I see it. It's all over her face. It's a cute look, but it's all over her face.
But we both realize that sometimes we have to just bite our tongue and, you know, get to the bottom of what it is that's causing us to disagree. We're not saying like, you know, it's bad to argue. It's actually good because it helps us learn how to communicate better. But we definitely don't want it to become unhealthy. Being that we are in a Christ-centered relationship, you know, Satan's plan is to attack in whatever way that he can. And we just want to make sure that we're not allowing these, you know, disagreements and these issues to become a gateway for him to rush in and try to like attack us and pull us down and what we're trying to build up. We have to make sure it's still an opportunity for us to serve Christ and to glorify him.
And looking at James, what is it, James
1:19 and 20.
Yeah, that speaks about, you know, letting people be, you know, slow to wrath and slow to speak, and, you know, just making sure that you're very conscious and very aware of the words that you're saying, because, you know, death and life do lie in the power of the tongue. And you want to be able, and when you're in a courtship, you want to speak life. You want to constantly try your best, even though it's hard, even though you get upset, you get angry. You know, Sharetta says some things, and I'm just like, what? And like, even though like you want to react in like, you know, a very, you know, fleshly like way, you got to make sure you temper that, you tone that down, and you speak to someone in a very edifying way, of course, that will ultimately build them up.
And I would even take that further, because I know, you know, we're talking about relationships, we're talking about courtships, but this can even be applied to any type of like relationship or friendship
Right.
that you have. I think this is also a way that you can deal with conflict in those type of relationships.
Definitely. Communication is not just about hearing what the other person's saying. It's actually about listening and digesting what they're saying. So when you listen to this person, try to understand it from their perspective. Try to see things from their point of view, and then respond with that knowledge.
So I'm gonna see you do that, right? So to sum it all up, we did this video just to highlight how conflict is, inevitable in any type of relationship when you bring two sinners together to try to work together and love each other. But there are some key lessons that we've learned about, ways that we can deal with conflict. So first is prayer. Definitely, when you realize that things are getting tense, take time to withdraw and pray about the situation. Pray about your emotions. Pray about the other person's emotions, and make sure that you're trying to see it from a godly perspective,
Right.
and not from the current emotions that you're experiencing. So before anything, use that weapon of prayer.
Amen. Prayer is definitely important. The second lesson that we really want to impart is to listen first and then respond. Like I just said before, communication is all entangled up in this art of listening, and you have to practice. I fail at it sometimes. I know that Shraddha, also needs to work on it as well. Like we both need to work on it, but listening first and then responding is so key to making sure that you approach the situation from a godly perspective.
So we hope you were blessed by this video, and we'll definitely be coming out with the next one. So just look out for that. In the meanwhile, rate, comment, subscribe, post any ideas that you have in the comment box below. We love to read them and communicate with you guys. So definitely do that. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Love you guys. Take care.
Oh, one more thing. If you haven't already, please check out parts 4 and 5 of the Courtship Series by clicking on the links on the screen. See you next time!